Hello friends, we're back here with the AC30 on the workbench. I'm not sure how these videos are going to be pieced together. This is the night after I removed the 220 picofarad bright cap and 330K resistor, which, as I learned, just basically enables the bright cap to be always affecting the signal. Normally with the bright cap and like a Fender, for example, as you turn the volume up, it stops affecting the tone more or less. And that 330K resistor just kind of enabled that 220 picofarad cap to always be affecting the volume pot there. So we removed that, did some testing, a little side-by-side, really quick and dirty, and I noticed basically no difference in the tone. If there was a difference, it was very, very slight. So I'm leaving those out for right now. And then I did some more research, talked to some more people, and I learned that there are a few other areas I can go ahead and modify very easily to dramatically change the tone. Now, the main one we're going to be looking at today to test, and I've got alligator clips over it right now so you can't see what's there, but is a 500 picofarad coupling cap. It is a very odd looking capacitor. I've never seen one like it before. It looks nothing like the WEMAs here. And yeah, so this is the coupling capacitor for the Brilliant channel, and it is a huge amount smaller than the coupling cap for the normal channel, which is this 0.047 right here. So yeah, 500 picofarad versus 0.047 microfarad is a significant difference. I don't know, what did somebody, 100 times, right? Just under 100 times difference, 100 times larger. So yeah, that is definitely contributing to the difference in tone between the two channels. Now, I don't want the Brilliant channel to become a normal channel and vice versa. I just want it to be a bit more normalized so that it's not, it feels like it's on one end of the extreme and the normal channel is on the other end of the extreme. I just want to bring them in just a little bit. So it is 500 picofarad, like I said, and I've got three different cap values here that are small increases in comparison to normal channel, but big increases in comparison to the stock value. And I'm going to go ahead and hook up, I've got the alligator clips here, and when I put the capacitors between the alligator clips, it's just going to be basically wiring it in parallel with the 500 picofarad cap. So when they're in parallel, you're just adding the values of the two caps together. And these are all overrated, so the difference, I don't have to worry about the voltage rating here. I believe somebody said it was 170 volts or something on one side of that, so no worries there. So the first one I've got, this is the biggest value. This is a 0.0022 microfarad cap. So this is a 500 picofarad, like I mentioned. So, and the normal channel is a 0.047. So this is a 0.0022. So it is still significantly smaller than a 0.047. So it's not going to be nearly as dark or affect the tone as much as that cap is. But this is kind of the extreme end of it. I've also got a 500 picofarad as well as a 750 picofarad cap. So this would be effectively doubling the capacitance, and then this would be a bit more than double. So this is a small change, a little bit more than a small change, and then what potentially could be a significant change or just right. We'll see. So those are the three we're going to test real quick. Now, obviously, very dangerous with a live amp. So using these, I'm going to be very careful when I do this. Turn the amplifier off, yada, yada. I'm not sure how much I'm going to show of that. I do have a cab off to the side here with me. It's getting late. I can't play loud. The shotgun mic I use for the vocal here gets blown out with any kind of noise that's over talking level, even if I turn the gain all the way down. So it's probably not going to sound good for you guys, but I will do a proper demo continuing what I did yesterday with the bright cap removal test. I'll do the same thing with the aux box once I determine the value that I think will probably be best. So let's go ahead and move forward. First, I'm going to just listen to it real quick as a control, and then we'll do the biggest value, and then I'll just kind of bring it down from there and see what I like best. Immediately, that's the one. I don't know, again, if it'll be picking up at all on the shotgun mic, but it definitely sounded better. It's not a drastic change, which is good. I wasn't looking for a drastic change. It just kind of seemed to roll off this super, super, super highs, that kind of ice picky high end. It just kind of rolled it off a little bit. It sounded really good. So I'm very happy with that. So we're just going to go ahead and discharge the caps real quick, and then we'll solder that on top of the existing 500 picofarad, and we'll go ahead and test it inside with the aux box. But that was easy. Pretty stoked. First try. Love it. And that is a Mallory 150, by the way, that I had laying around. So anyways, let's go ahead and solder it in. So got discharging the caps to ground there. We'll go ahead and bring out the multimeter just to confirm values here. So we're dropping volts, which is great. 1.2 volts should show that across basically all of the capacitors in the amplifier because they're all connected. Perfect. All right, so the amplifier is now safe. So we can take this out and we can go ahead and solder it now. Obviously unplugging too. You can see the very bizarre coupling cap now. Let me zoom in on it. So that little red blob there, very interesting. And it's also hovering right over a metal screw, and the leads were nearly touching it before I actually raised it up when I did the work of removing the bright cap. I don't know why I blanked on that word, but the bright cap, because it goes to that tag right connected to that coupling cap. So alrighty, let's fire up the soldering iron and get this done. Now this still has its QC paint on it, which means it's gonna be difficult to get the solder flowing. So we're gonna add some solder on this side. Perfect. We got our little piggyback capacitor there, and we're good to go. We can see clearly it's 0.022, so it's very obvious. You can see the 500 picofarad under that. Brilliant. Stoked. All right, let's go ahead and get this inside and do some recording. All right, I did a recording just now with the 0.0022 microfarad cap in parallel with the 500 picofarad cap for the Brilliant channel. And initial thoughts, it sounds great. Definitely added in or allows more lows to come through and took off some of the super sharp top end. Really, yeah, it sounded great. Now, the settings I had it at, obviously I knew this was going to be the case, is once you make a change, the settings are no longer, maybe ideal after the change. So I recorded another set, which you guys heard, where the cut control was rolled back a little bit because I had it at 1 o'clock, and then it was just a bit too low end heavy and missing some of that top end sizzle. So I brought the cut back just to 11 o'clock. So not much, from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock, changed nothing else. And you guys heard how that really kind of brought it back a little bit closer to what it was before, but there's still more range for me to go either direction, which is kind of exactly what I wanted. So I'm really happy with that change and looking forward to gigging it with that and seeing what I think live. But now I want to go ahead and turn my attention over to the normal channel. And we're going to do just a very simple mod here. We're going to keep the 220 picofarad bright cap in the 330K resistor there that we removed on the Brilliant channel. We're going to keep that. And then we're going to just swap this 25 microfarad 50 volt cathode bypass cap and swap it with this Sprague Atom 5 microfarad 50 volt right there. And so what this should do is basically not allow as much low end through, and in turn it'll make it a bit brighter sounding, a bit clearer sounding. So we're going to try that first, and then we can go ahead and experiment with tackling some of the other values, such as the coupling cap there, the 0.047. That is tied to the normal channel, but we're going to go ahead and try this first. Somebody recommended that this might give me exactly what I want, and I've got one laying around, so it should be a quick, easy swap, so we'll go ahead and do that now. And then, yeah, we'll do a quick little, again, really quick and dirty playing sample with the aux box. I already did a recording of it before, and we've got the cut control all the way off and normal channel halfway, so pretty standard stuff there. You'll hear how dark it is as is, so I'm hoping this just brings a bit more life to it. But obviously this is not going to make it like the Brilliant channel, make it super bright. It's still going to be a darker channel, which is okay. All right, enough talking. Let's go ahead and desolder this. We're not going to damage it because I might put it back in. So we'll just be careful to remove it cleanly. And then getting this back end is going to be tough with this cap here, but I can always just move it just a little bit out of the way to get some more headroom. So let's do that now. All right, nice and easy. This is going to be the hard one. Hard end, I should say. But the way I installed them, it should be fairly easy to slide it out. So I didn't do a full-on hook that's wrapping around itself. It's just a kind of a half hook. Perfect. Nice and easy. So let's go ahead and prep our other cap. All right, that looks good to me. So we did catch this Mallory just a hair on the edge there. Not enough to actually do anything other than just slight cosmetic, but very, very slight. We can hide it like that. So anyways, that's a tough spot to reach, and I'm okay with the end result there. So let's go ahead and bring it back inside and do that quick playing demo and see if this made a big difference or not. I have no idea. I mean, obviously 5 microfarad versus 25 is a huge difference as far as increase, or in this case, decrease in capacitance. So, obviously we're looking at 5 times less. So we'll see what that sounds like. I'm curious.